This car has a standard Mustang 8-inch rear end, no good for racing. So we have gotten this competition purpose-built race rear end from Spraker Racing. This is a 9-inch Ford style anyway. It's a bespoke rear end that they make, and it has a 370 final drive, which is what we've decided we want to start racing. It's got limited slip. We've made these brackets for the traction bars. It's going to use an overrider traction bar kit from Cobra Automotive, so we'll have to go into the back of the car to put these on. We have got some competition plates from where the shocks mount, again from Cobra Automotive. They're much more solid than the originals. We've got competition U-bolts, again from Cobra Automotive. This is a kit for the rear springs to replace the front bushings from Cobra Automotive, and we've got energy suspension rear bushings for the springs. One thing when you're racing, you have to decide what brakes to use. The HSR Group 3 rule book that we're using allows these 11-inch drums. This kit comes from Cobra Automotive. As you can see, this has got Moser axles. It's got competition studs that are 1/2 inch in diameter. This is all-out racing stuff and pretty much state-of-the-art if you're putting a 65 Mustang together. So one of the things you might be asking is, why don't we go to disc brakes? HSR does allow a rear disc brake kit. We're trying to keep this car on a budget, and there's certain groups that don't allow a disc brake rear. And since our fronts do most of the braking, we decided to go this way with these drums that are legal for everywhere we're going to race. So we're going to get started. First thing we have to do is get that old rear end out and try to make it look graceful, because honestly, it's heavy. We've got our rear end in. We still got to tighten up some bolts. We've got to tighten the tops of the Coney shocks that we just put on. We always use Coneys on our project cars. We're original on the Shelby, so they certainly have a vintage feel. The rules do not allow a reservoir shock, so we feel the Coneys are the best standardized shocks you can get. They make other stuff too, including some reservoir shocks, but for a vintage car, these are great. We've got our limited slip, our bigger brakes, our heavy-duty springs, bushings, lowering blocks. From the back end anyway, we're ready to vintage race.
Support brands that support grassroots motorsports. Get your chemical solutions from CRC Industries. Visit crcindustries.com to learn more.